Hey guys, Denver James here, and in this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Mythlings expansion pack for the Doomlings base game. I'm going to be breaking down how it works, what's great about it, what's not so great about it, and my overall thoughts on the expansion pack. Let's talk about how this expansion pack works. If you're watching this video, chances are you already know your way around the rules for the Doomlings base game. But just in case you don't, you should know that the object of the game is to score more points than anyone else at the table before the end of the world. You should also know that you'll need the base game before you're able to play with this expansion. That's enough to get you started. The Mythlings expansion is included in the Doomlings expansion box, and it comes jam-packed with some fantastical new cards. To start, let's break down the various cards included in this expansion pack. The Osmorian Winds Age card. After you stabilize, pass one card to your left at random. The Eyes Open from Behind the Stars Catastrophe card. Subtract one from your Gene Pool card. Discard one card from your hand. The player or players who discarded the lowest face value card must also discard one card from their trait pile. World's End effect. Discard your highest face value traits from your trait pile. The Legendary Dominant trait card. Discard your hand and do not stabilize. This card is worth 8 points. The Righteous trait card. You may play this card from your hand at any time to stop an action that affects an opponent. This card is worth 1 point. The Diaphanous Wings trait card. This card is worth -1 point. The Icy trait card. This card is worth 3 points. The Mighty trait card. Discard a trait from an opponent's trait pile with a face value of 2 points. This card is worth 2 points. The Gelatinous trait card. You may play this card from your hand when an opponent steals from your hand or trait pile. This card is worth 2 points. The Ancient trait card. Choose a color and draw 10 cards. Keep one of the chosen color cards. Put the rest at the bottom of the deck. This card is worth 2 points. The Dragonheart trait card. Add 4 points if you have all 4 colors in your trait pile. This card is worth 1 point. The Fae trait card. You may play this card at any time. All players will add 1 number to their Gene Pool card. This card is worth 1 point. The Elven Ears trait card. Add 1 point for each Mythling card in all trait piles, including your own. This card is worth -1 point. The Orcish Tusks trait card. You may play this card from your hand when an opponent plays a dominant trait card. This card is worth 2 points. The Zombified trait card. You may play this card into an opponent's trait pile when it is discarded from your hand. This card is worth -2 points. The Witchy trait card. You may play this card when it is discarded from your hand. Return this card to your hand when it is discarded from your trait pile. This card is worth 2 points. The Necromantic trait card. You may play this card from your hand when an opponent discards a trait card. Add that trait card to your hand. This card is worth 1 point. The Rainbow Horn trait card. You may play this card from your hand at any time if you have all 4 colors in your trait pile. This card is worth 2 points. The Ephegial trait card. You may play this card from your hand into an opponent's trait pile when they play an action card. This card is worth -3 points. The Destined trait card. This card is worth 4 points. Let's talk about what's great about this expansion pack. Striking the perfect balance between magic and mischief, Mythlings makes for a dazzling addition to the Doomlings world, thanks in large part to the amazing gameplay. Included in this expansion are a slew of new cards that add a heightened level of strategy to the experience. Cards like the Zombified card allow you to play it into an opponent's trait pile once discarded, while the Righteous card allows you to block an action that affects an opponent. It's cards like these and many others that make Mythlings a spellbinding experience. Another thing that I love about this expansion is how it complicates the gameplay just enough to make it a challenge for returning players, while also making it accessible to newcomers. Of all the expansions included in the box set, Mythlings arguably finds the perfect middle ground between veteran players and newbies to the series. It's for reasons like this and so much more that this expansion is bound to become a hit with Doomlings fans everywhere. Let's talk about what's not so great about this expansion pack. In complete honesty, I have nothing negative to say about Mythlings itself. This expansion was thoughtfully designed and lovingly crafted, and it fits perfectly into the Doomlings world. My only thought is that it would be nice to have the option to buy this expansion apart from the box set. That said, this is by no means a deal breaker and does not affect the expansion itself. All in all, Mythlings is a magical expansion that serves as a worthy addition to the Doomlings world. Its finely tuned gameplay style is a perfect fit for all players, while also serving up some serious competitive verve for the most volatile game nights. If you're questioning whether or not to embrace this adventure of mythic proportions, my advice would be to grab your sword and mount the dragon. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video. Take care, and I'll see you around.